Hello, this is the tradesight stocks and futures market preview and U.S. economic data roadmap for the week beginning Monday, September 9th, 2013, ending on Friday the 13th. We just had an amazing week here at tradesight. We were looking for some pickup in the markets coming back from Labor Day, leaving summer behind us. The volume was improved, the activity was improved. We made money every day in the futures market. We had 27 for 27 winners in a row with market directional support for the week. That's one of our most impressive weeks ever, and a lot of them were big winners, big runners as well. So we're very excited to see the market coming back to sort of a more normal environment. Helped out a little bit by the crazy action on Friday, even where we had a lot of winners due to the early sharp sell-off. So good to see trading coming back. Very happy and excited about that. Let's take a look at where we're at in the markets, and we'll analyze some of the stuff that is coming out in this next week, try to get a roadmap for what to look for. Here's the S&P daily chart. Obviously, charts as usual brought to you by eSignal 11. The uptrend line that we were following since last November, we bounced off of it many times. Tried to break it just as a recap in April, but reclaimed it immediately. Did not fail on the retest. Then broke it here and really rolled this point in June. Came back up. Here's your retest, which is an interesting retest. So from the break in the middle of, in early June, which took a while to confirm, it was really in July and 40 points higher on the S&P that we retested the line. Then we hugged it all the way up to here. So your break occurs at 1625, but your final retest and fail is over 1700. We were looking for a secret 13 sell signal back then. Here's the interesting thing. We just got it on Thursday, actually Wednesday. Okay, so this is a seeker signal, not a Comer signal, so it doesn't have to be up and above, and I've got the qualifier turned off. Keep that in mind. So the 8 is here and the 13 is down here. If we turn the qualifier on, we've got to get back above that 8. But I did want to point this out that under the bare bones minimum rules for the seeker, finally got our sell. Now I usually do have the qualifier on, which means that you need to be above that 8th bar to get the 13, but something to factor in, just something to keep an eye on. And of course, this red static trend line from the 9-bar move up could be a downward target if we head lower. Here's a look at the NASDAQ 100, 13 sell signal back at the beginning of August. Didn't really lead to much, but we still have not broken the highs from that. We're certainly not even at the risk line. We did have a near high close today on the NASDAQ for the year, on the NASDAQ 100 index, but we're still operating under that 13 sell signal. Not surprising because August basically was a pretty slow month. It's really just flat. So even though we got the sell signal here, we really didn't do a lot in August in general. Now we'll maybe get a little more pickup and movement in the market. Here's the semiconductor index, kind of in a no man's land here. Nothing really impressive to show you on that one. Here's the biotechs, which made new highs on Thursday for the close. So biotechs are so far holding up. Again, that's important because as go biotechs and banks, so goes the market. Here's a look at some of our more active trading stocks. Apple holding up. It's been flat since that rally from 450 to just over 500. Again, August was pretty flat, and the last 2 weeks of August pretty slow. So I think Apple felt part of that. Google still hanging just under that 900 level, basing nicely. Just look at Amazon that we like to trade. Got a little rally. Get some nice trades in Amazon this week. Same with Google. Another one in Netflix today, the downside that made us some money. And finally, here's Tesla, another one. And if you get a chance, take a look at Rich's new video about the Tesla weekly chart and what it's showing right now. I'll pull up the weekly really quick. But have a look at the Tesla weekly chart because Rich has an interesting point to make about that 13 seeker sell signal. That's the sound effect for it right there on the Tesla. So go check out our YouTube library for something he just posted today about that. So that's where we're at on all the indices. It's still, to me, more of a negative tone, even though you're kind of near highs on the NASDAQ side. You made some highs on the biotechs, but August was generally not very interesting, not very strong. We're coming back here, and we got that sell signal on the S&P, so I have to see what that leads to. Here is the S&P E-mini futures contract and 10-minute bars for the week. Now keep in mind, Monday was a holiday, so this is last Friday right here, and we gapped up Tuesday to this point right here. This is Monday's holiday, non-trading, we'll call it. Tuesday, back down to fill the gap from Friday. Wednesday, pretty much a flat open and rallied. Thursday, a flat open and did nothing, but we still had some nice winners early on. Friday, gap up, really sharp sell-off, a lot of big winners for us in the market, including catching up to 40 ticks on this ES move on the futures, which was nice. And then amazingly, a bounce off of that. That was what was kind of crazy. 9-bar setup stalled us out right here. We eventually wore that off and went higher. Another 9-bar setup rolled us over. We closed, interestingly enough, after all this movement, after this gap up, this move down, this movement. That was the VWAP Friday at the close right there. So nothing gained, I guess. And if you look at it, what's amazing is after all that, from Wednesday's close into Thursday, and then from Thursday's close into Friday's close, we were right at the same place the last 2 days, despite all the stuff that went on with Putin and whatnot today in the markets. Here's a look at the data for the week ahead, and let's see what we got. We've got Monday consumer credit at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, not a big deal. Tuesday, JOLTS job openings, not a big deal. Wednesday, MBA mortgage index, wholesale inventories, or crude oil inventories. None of those are a huge deal. Thursday, the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims data, import-export prices, natty gas, treasury budget in the afternoon. Friday, retail sales, PPI, business inventories. I think the focal point here has to be, of course, just the Syrian situation. We do have the anniversary of 9/11 on Wednesday. President sent to speak Tuesday night about the Syrian situation. Obviously, that's going to be the driver of the markets here, as there's not a lot coming out from an economic data perspective, but we have to say that we've seen volume pick up, which is impressive and important. Might even be getting closer to the point where we start to take futures a little more seriously based on what we saw this week and really get back into some active, really active futures trading because it's been a little slow in August and even July. And to see the winners that we had this week, it's really a positive sign in general. So we'll wait and see and make sure the volume holds up before we say too much about that. But you have to be happy about the volume. You have to be happy about the activity, even if Thursday looked a little slow. And really excited to go into this time of year. Remember, September can be a decent trading month, but it's really October through April that are the best trading months of the year on average after you get through federal budget talks and all that stuff. Even if we get a dip in September and early October, that's very tradable for us on the short side, and then going from there into the usual rally mode. So we're entering a great time of year for trading. It's nice to have the summer behind us. Very excited about it. We hope to see you in the trading lab. If you haven't already taken the trial, feel free to do so. We will talk to you this week.